Okay, today we're going to build a simple but really powerful toolkit for using AI in your day-to-day work. These are the core skills that honestly, even experienced people sometimes miss. We're going to turn those tedious, repetitive tasks into real opportunities to be creative. So let's dive in and build that toolkit. Does this feel familiar? You know that feeling of just being buried under a mountain of work that all feels exactly the same? Yeah, you're not alone. But what if you could just automate the most draining parts of your job and get back to the work that you actually care about? Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle. All right. First up, let's unlock that AI assistant that you probably already have access to. And the secret here? It's not about learning to code or anything complicated. Nope. As you're about to see, it's all about communication. This is where so many people trip up. They treat AI like a simple search bar. They type in some vague command, and then they get frustrated when the result is generic and totally unhelpful. You have to remember, the quality of what you get out is always determined by the quality of what you put in.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Write a report is a shot in the dark. But when you give it a detailed brief like this, you assign it a role like marketing expert, you define the audience, you outline the structure, and you set constraints, you're not guessing anymore. You are directing. And the difference in the result? It's literally night and day.
So, how do you write a great prompt like that every single time? Easy. You use the clear principle. It's just a simple way to make sure your instructions are, well, clear. You give it context, specify the length, provide examples, define the audience, and assign it a role. This one idea is the foundation for everything else we're going to cover. All right, so now that we have that clear principle as our foundation, let's put it to work. We're going to start by tackling two of the biggest time sinks in any office: emails and presentations. This template right here is perfect for ending that blank page problem. When you're just staring at an email draft. By just filling in the brackets, you're using that clear principle to get a professional draft in seconds. It saves a ton of time, and it cuts down on that mental fatigue of just wondering how to get started. What if you need to think more strategically? Well, this prompt turns your AI into an instant business consultant. Instead of just asking for a list of facts, you're telling it to use a proven analytical tool, a SWOT analysis. That means it's going to organize everything into strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for you. This is how you use AI for some serious high-level thinking. Building a presentation from scratch can feel huge, but we can break it down into a simple assembly line. First, you ask the AI to be your architect. Give me a structure, an outline. Then, have it act as your writer and generate the content for each slide. And finally, you just copy-paste that text into a design tool like Canva to make it look great. What was once this huge, daunting task is now just 3 simple steps. Okay, let's move to the next tool in our toolkit. So many people think data analysis is only for experts with super specialized software, but that's just not true anymore. With the right prompt, AI can become your own personal data analyst. This prompt is like a master key for unlocking data, and its structure is what makes it so incredibly powerful. See, you're not just dropping in a spreadsheet. You're assigning the AI a role, giving it the raw info, and then you're handing it a precise to-do list. Give me an overview, find the patterns, tell me what this means for the business, and hey, even suggest the best way to visualize it. It's a whole analytical workflow in one shot. And if you're wondering just how big of an impact this can have in the real world, get this. The investment bank Goldman Sachs used AI to reduce the time its legal team spent reviewing documents by 99%. Let that sink in. 99. That's the power we're talking about here. It is an absolute game changer. Now for the really fun part. We've mastered text, we've tackled numbers, but what about creativity? Let's get into the final part of our toolkit, where AI becomes your creative partner for making visuals and even building entire websites. The language you use here makes all the difference. This isn't just a command, it's almost poetic. You're not just saying a house in the country, you're describing the style, the mood, the color palette, the lighting, the level of detail, everything. This is how you literally paint a picture with your words and then have the AI bring it to life. And that brings us right back to the central lesson of this whole explainer, doesn't it? Whether you're writing an email, analyzing data, or creating a piece of art, Specificity is your superpower. Vague in, vague out. But detailed in, brilliant out. And for the grand finale, building a website. This used to mean hiring designers, hiring developers, a whole thing. Now, it's a 3-step process. You use AI to be your strategic planner and your copywriter. Then you use a no-code drag-and-drop tool like Bubble.io to just assemble the pieces. And finally, you click publish. You can go from an idea to a live website in an afternoon with absolutely zero code.
So there you have it, a complete toolkit for communication, for analysis, and for creation. The prompts, the principles, the processes, they're all here. The barrier to entry for doing this kind of work has never, ever been lower.
We've covered the how. The only question left now is the what. You have the tools to automate the boring stuff, analyze the complex stuff, and create the beautiful stuff. So, what problem are you going to solve first? What idea are you going to bring to life? The toolkit is in your hands.